Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of iCast Fireball, an actual play 5e D&D adventure where we go through the campaign, Skulls and Shackles. I'm Thomas, your DM for this adventure, and around the table we have...
Lieutenant Ignis Halcon.
Maximus Shuns.
Ataraxia Kalian.
And Buster Buildwater.
You cannot see this adventuring party, or at least you couldn't when they dropped Lady Smythee off a 3-story building and landed on her body. Damage was done, but invisibility was kept while they escaped Tidewater Rock after kidnapping, capturing Lady Smythee, but then being confronted by Sir Royster and not Sir Reginald. After a brief one-round encounter, discovering that Reginald is a little bit tougher than he may initially appear, we jump back into combat on this week's episode of iCast Fireball.
Body yada 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 yada.
Max, before you take your turn, I need a strength saving throw, please, for this gust of wind. If you fail, you will be pushed 15 feet in the direction of the cliffside.
It's like I'm helping you.
Did you say that?
I'm helping you, I promise. Shh.
All right.
See, if you were helping, you'd say, I'm helping. But you didn't. You said, it's like I'm helping.
There is a similarity between what I am doing and the act of helping.
It's not lost on Buster that for Max to move toward him, it will cost half his movement.
He's like, I'm safe. I'm a little bit safe.
I got a crossbow.
I know.
And I've already
right.
killed you with
Strength-
it once. All right.
It's true.
Strength saving throw,
save
sir.
throw, yeah. Here we go. That is 14.
That meets.
I think that's it.
Meets beats.
So you're fine. Great. You feel this gust of wind rising, and you're like, "Ugh," but you do not feel it pushing you towards the cliffside any further. You may take your turn.
I lunge toward Buster. No, I don't. No. I'm just going to crossbow Sir Royster in front of me. Just twice. Bam, bam.
Now, normally, I'd say it probably would go askew because it's inside the gust of wind, but he's 5 feet away from you. And you have crossbow expert, so I'm going to say, yeah, probably okay, to where even if you have to point to the right of Sir Royster by quite a bit, you would know that the wind is then going to immediately curve it to go into his side. So go for it,
Curve
sir.
the shot.
Curve the bullet.
Curve the bullet. Okay, first one is a non-natural 20 to hit.
Yeah.
I still have my Slayer Spray up on him, so that's going to be... Oh, terrible rolls. 8 damage
8 damage, yes.
for the first one. And then I'm going to shoot him again.
We're gonna do it again.
This one might miss. This one's going to be... Well, it's going to miss, I bet. 11.
Oh, that's a miss. You were right. The gust of wind takes it too close. In fact, it zooms right by Ignis very quickly. And Ignis, you kind of look back and you're like, what the... That is that. Max, anything else on your turn?
No, Max will hold his ground.
Ignis, strength saving throw, please. This is where you have to decide.
Well,
Do you purposely fail?
as an action, would you allow me a grapple check to see if I can grapple this guy as I choose to fail the check? Or do I have to pass it first?
You would directly in front of him. It would be very difficult. I would allow you a grapple check with advantage if you choose to fail this to get thrown. So you would be thrown the 15, but as you go, I would allow you to try to grab onto him.
Awesome. That's what she's going to do.
As your action.
Yeah, as an action.
Great. So with advantage, go ahead. It's quick. He didn't quite expect you to do that, so...
Non-natural 20.
Let's
And
go.
he's going to roll to try to save
Force him.
against
Force
it.
him. Force a 9.
Oh, force a 9.
Force a 9! I'm going to force a 9 because I have the 9.
Here he goes. And he fails then. You saw this, and you were like, hey, Ignis. And Ignis is like, this is the moment.
As an angelic creature that has spent her life training and riding the winds, she knows how to allow that wind, even though her wings are not manifest, to pick her up. And as she goes, she just grabs on to the armor around that guy's neck and just like horse collars him down and thrusts him down. So I'm going to try and land on him on the bottom of that 30-foot cliff.
John Cena!
I'll both take the damage.
I've seen this before.
So this is... Yeah, so both of you do fall to 30 feet, so that's going to be 3d6 damage. 13 points of bludgeoning damage to both of you. His is halved.
Was he actually raging? Wanted to ask.
Yes, he is actually raging.
And as a bonus action, as she's on top of him, she just breathes in this, and her body goes alight. And as a fighter, I have second wind. As a bonus action, I can regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus my fighter level.
Yes. That's what Sir Royster did last round.
I don't have a d10. Somebody want to roll a d10 for me? A good d10?
Rolling. Oh, no, I won't roll then.
The DM's like, I'll do it.
7.
7 plus 5 is 13?
That's 12.
Yep.
12. So I only took 1 point of damage that turn from the barbarian.
Nice.
Well...
And now
La-di-da.
I'm kneeling on his chest as he's on the beach. Just glaring down at him.
grappled with his sword axe.
She'll have him by the horse collar again, the front of his armor, and her one knee is on his chest and the other foot is pressed into his arm, keeping the blade in the sand.
And Ataraxia, they both fall within 10 feet of you, and you're like, oh, okay. Good. They're getting down here quick, right?
Everything's going according to plan.
Sir Royster must make a strength saving throw.
Maybe I should have saved that 9.
It's a barbarian. He
probably could have made it with a 9, I bet. It's 14, yeah.
He definitely, he rolled a 15 on the dice, plus 3 at least. So
that tracks.
Yeah, he succeeds, and he is going to grab on to Sir Lady Smythee. Not Sir Lady Smythee. Lady Smythee. Everyone's a sir.
Can I interject
All right,
with a question here? Because between like the start of initiative and the end of that first order of initiative, when would her turn have been?
It would have been after Sir Royster. I did roll for her, actually.
Okay. So, got it. So her turn is next, essentially.
Her turn is next, yes. So he's going to go and grab her by the arms and try to pull her out. Max, attack of opportunity. I believe it has to be... I get this wrong every time.
Oh, it has to be melee, the attack of opportunity?
It's supposed to be, but with his crossbow expert.
I have my... Well, I mean, it doesn't make it melee. It just makes it not advantage. I mean, I have a scimitar, so I can literally just swoop at him.
1 melee attack, yes.
I mean, question real quick. You could attack the lady if he's moving her out of your range as well.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you would have advantage on it because she's technically prone.
So am I trying to kill her?
I believe the way it works is the creature has to voluntarily move itself out of your range. So Lady Smythee, since she's not making that movement of her own volition, would not become a target for an opportunity attack.
Yes, it is. That way, like, if same thing if people get flung out of you.
Okay.
So he is going to grab her. He does grab her, and he's going to start pulling with half his speed, so 5, 10,
Actually,
15.
I think moving out of it won't half his speed at all. It's if he tries to move in the direction of the wind, it would.
He's dragging her, so dragging her is going to go half
Oh,
speed.
yeah.
Would you allow his melee attack to be trying to grapple the lady? So that he can't pull it?
opportunity?
Yeah.
Well, Max, what do you want to do?
Well, I thought an opportunity attack. I can only I can't.
It says a melee attack and a grapple is part of the
I thought it was very
melee.
specific, but if we can manipulate it, then I could definitely go with other options.
Yeah, just what would you like to have happen, Max?
I mean, I don't want him to take her. And I
Right.
mean, the look of him, how injured does he look?
He looks fine.
Okay, yeah. I don't want him to take her.
Okay. So you could grab her if you would like, or you could attack
Okay.
her. Or him.
I will try and grab her.
Okay, go for it. You're going to make an athletics check, and she is going to try to kick you with acrobatics.
Would she have disadvantage?
Tied
up?
She is restrained.
Yeah.
And would that restraint give him advantage?
I believe the way that restrained works is they have disadvantage on strength and dexterity saving throws, and attacks against them have advantage.
Okay.
That's correct.
So she wouldn't have disadvantage on a dex, like
So you can make this athletics check with advantage then, because it
Okay.
is an attack action,
Okay. Gotcha.
and she has disadvantage. Yeah. Okay. Cool. She rolled a 4.
I rolled a 21.
Woo!
Just barely got her. So you grab her feet. He has her hands, and he's like, "Let go of my lady!" And he is outside of the gust of wind, though.
I feel there's an unhealthy infatuation going on.
You know nothing. And so she is still in the gust of wind. He is outside of the gust of wind. You're in the gust of wind.
if she fails, will she pull them back?
Yeah.
So
She gets disadvantage on her dexterity saving throws.
It's a strength save. But yeah, disadvantage on that too, I think, though.
So it's her turn. She has to fail. How could she possibly protect against a gust of wind right now?
You guys have
she is
She just
tied
gets
up.
blown out of your
tied.
hand.
The two of you have turned her into a human sail.
Yeah.
Over the edge.
She goes flying.
So Royster is not letting go though. So Max, are you choosing to let go, or are you going to be dragged this 15 feet?
I'm going to be dragged this 15 feet.
But-
Buster got what he wanted.
Buster got what he wanted.
Now, you are still on top of the cliff. You have not quite gotten to the cliff's edge. So you're just like digging your feet into the dirt. You're breaking up, you're destroying these barrets as you're digging this in. So Royster's like, no, a crop. No, he's not.
Not the parrots.
The barrets. And yeah, just getting caught by this wind. And Lady Smythee is just screaming like, kicking her legs where she can, just giving hogtied. What an image. That's her turn. It's now Reginald's turn, who is underneath Ignis, grappled. And the first attack he has must be with disadvantage. So he is going to take that attack. It's going to be with his disadvantage. He's not going to try to get out of the grapple right now because he's not that intelligent. So that is okay. Still a 19 to hit, Ignis.
That hits.
All right. And then he is going to attack again. A 16 to hit.
That also hits.
Oh, so two things hit you.
With him reckless
Wunderbar.
attacking, doesn't he have a disadvantage later on or something?
When people attack him, they get advantage.
Okay. Gotcha.
So he does his 2d12. Not great. 15 points of slashing damage.
1-5.
5 points of slashing damage to Ignis, as he is still pinned underneath you with a grapple 10 feet away from Ataraxia, as Ataraxia is taking the boat out. That's Reginald's turn. We're going to jump to Buster.
Okay, definitely
This is good.
definitely not going to end my concentration on the gust of wind. Help me with the crunch here. Can I still cast spells that are not concentration while this is up?
Yeah, you should be able
Okay.
to.
So I'm a little torn. I could do a firebolt, but I could also I'm wondering if maybe I could shape water and make Sir Royster's 5-foot square kind of really wet and slick and slippery.
Okay.
If I could maybe give him disadvantage on hanging on to her and holding his position at the same time.
Well, would it make it wet, or would it just make it muddy, right, and sticky, right? It could.
I could freeze it. I can freeze the water. I can
freezing is absolutely an option. I forgot about.
Yeah. Now it does say specifically that I can't. Let's see here. So the language is that shape water is really specific in the sense that you can only freeze the water provided that there are no creatures in it. So like, but I'm wanting to like freeze the water. I think they're trying to say like you can't like freeze someone inside a block of water. But I mean like, I want to freeze like the ground around him and the fact that the ocean spray is like right there. You know what I mean? I feel like there's plenty of moisture that I can draw
You're basically
upon.
trying to lend a hand to this tug of war.
Yes, and I will move myself 15 feet forward just to keep pace with everyone. But then my gut is to do the shape water. Like that's what I would like to do. It's only somatic, so like I can, you know what I mean? I can make sure like my breath is focused on continuing the gust of wind. And then with another gesture of like my open hand with my staff kind of like rocketing the wind, I'll use my free hand to kind of gesture some like kind of flowy, movie, wavy hand motions and bring some water up around the area that Sir Royster's in and freeze it.
Yeah, so shape water, let me go ahead and you choose an area of water that you can see within range, within a 5-foot cube. There is moisture in this area, but it's not direct water. So if you choose to ice it, I will say that you could, this is, I've stated, a farm, and the spray is a moisture, a field of moist that has good moisture in
I guess
right?
The ocean itself is like 30 feet down, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So, but if you choose to freeze it, it's not going to be an immediate, obviously, success. It is going to have a percentage of success if you choose to spend your action doing this, which I will roll on if you choose to do that. Just because you're essentially freezing the water in the ground, that could help cause him to slip, or it might not be as effective, right?
You're making it so he can't dig into the mud, essentially. Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't feel like attacking him is going to do me much help. But he seems really strong, so yeah, that's my move. Is I'm gonna make his 5-foot cube, make it so that the earth underneath his feet is not as easy to gain purchase.
To give me like a barometer of probability here, let's have you roll a spell check here, just to and see how successful or like how focused in you are on this specific action. The higher number, the higher the probability this will succeed.
Okay.
Or him slipping if that ever comes up.
Just a 10.
Just 10. Okay, so average. So we will see how that percentage goes out. I will roll when it comes to his turn. Okay. That's your action. Bonus action. You already moved 15 feet closer. Any other bonus?
No, that's it. That's it for me. I couldn't even think. I think Buster doesn't even know what to do as a bonus. He's just kind of watching what happens and waiting to figure out what we do next.
Great. All right, sounds good. Ataraxia goes to you, sir.
Chalupa time, baby. It's time to get the boat in the water.
As you like chuck it and it unfurls and just
Da 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 da.
what's the temperament of the boat looking like as it unfolds, Ataraxia?
Right now, since I'm the only one who's controlling it, it's so chill. It's like the inside dining area of a Taco Bell at midnight.
And so, like, the seats are like, we'll just say that the Taco Bell seats from the 90s, right?
Oh, boy.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, yeah, man. You can smell like a chalupa wafting from the deck, and you're like, yeah, this is good. This is gonna be great. Do you
Man,
get in?
I love Feywild food so much. Yeah, I'm going to hop into the boat, and I'm listening to the screams coming from up on the cliff, and I'm like, Max sounds like he could use some help right now. So I call him.
I'm not
like,
screaming.
I'm like, hey Max, you got this, and I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration.
What's the distance you have to be?
60 feet.
60 feet. That should be good.
And I don't even have to see them. They just have to be able to hear me.
That was my next question. Is if they have to see him. It's a D8, I believe. You can't roll below a 2 whenever you do
Correct.
decide to use it. And as you get into the boat, Ataraxia, Chihuahua is like the front head. It kind of like turns into a Chihuahua.
Perfect.
And that's Ataraxia's turn. We go to the top. Max, it's your go. Guess what you have to roll?
I do. And breathing in the situation and understanding, okay, we need the lady. I am going to ask to do the same thing that Ignis did, but now for me and the lady.
Yes!
Where I will purposely fail, but grapple her to take her with me.
Now, I will say that this will become a grapple check between you and Sir Royster, but because you're getting violently pulled, I will give you advantage when it will become your action, but you will fail regardless, right? So you're gonna fail you're gonna be moving 15 feet regardless.
Yep. Yes.
But as a result, you get an advantage on the grapple against Sir Royster. And
Sir Royster gets disadvantage because of the icy ground.
Because of the ices.
this is where I'm gonna roll here, and we're gonna find out. So I'm rolling a percentile die now to see if the ice contributes. You're dang right it does.
Yes!
The ice contributes.
Oh,
Got a
yes.
46 on the percentile dice.
I am getting so much range out of that cantrip.
So he gets disadvantage on this. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What'd you roll?
Is it with it's a strength? What is it again?
Yeah, yours is athletics.
Athletics. I rolled a 22.
He rolled a 3 on the die, so 7.
Okay.
Let's go.
So I get her.
You get hurt. He slips as a result of the ice, so he is pulled along with you. And so him, Lady Smythee, and Max are flung over the cliff.
And as we're
Just
flying
Buster
over
on the edge of the cliff.
as we're flying over the cliff, Max just like looks at Buster like a death stare as they go over. But then as they go over, as he's holding the lady who's also being held by this guy, he's just gonna be like,
John Cena!
He's gonna
land on her
Yes.
again.
Now, I need to roll a percentile dice to see if you land on Ignis and Reginald as well.
No, we were south of them.
Just on
Or we were
Reginald.
north of where they were.
Just on Reginald. That's the only person he needs to land on.
That's the.
Oh,
It's not
man.
going to be a high probability here. Here we go. I'm going to say it's only going to be an 8% chance that you fall on them. Yeah. No, 60. So we're good. We're good. So John Cena, Sir Royster, he falls off, but he cannot hold on anymore as a result of the ice. So it's just you and Lady Smythee as you bam right into her. That's 3d6 damage.
Again.
That's 10 points of bludgeoning damage. How much damage has she taken? This poor unconscious
She's
woman.
unarmored too, right? Like she's just in her night.
Oh yeah, she's just in her nightgown.
She took 14 the first time, so she's taken 24 total.
Yeah, she's just in like this skimpy nightgown that she was wearing by herself. 24 points of damage for her. Yeah, she's let's see, what's her health? Yeah, she's okay. She's okay.
Just tied up with a dragonborn.
And just severely bruised. Oh, so bruised right now. I can't imagine as Max, as he goes over the edge, just it slow-mos and looks at Buster and just shakes his head back and forth like, how dare you. All right, Max, that's your action, I believe. Unless you want to move, that's your movement as well. Any bonus, or are you good?
No, that's it. I'm just pinning the Lady of the Rock to the ground, who I have pile drive twice now. The first time was invisible though, so she might not have known it was me.
Now you
She knows
see
the
me.
voice.
Pretty sure she knows it's you. Ignis, it's you. Lady Smythee and Max literally have fallen within 10 feet of you in the same exact move that you did to Reginald. What are you doing? And then Sir Royster is another 5 feet past them, so 15 feet from your current location.
And he took damage as
He
well.
did.
from
He took the
fall.
10.
I've never wanted to be a rogue so badly. To disengage is a bonus action.
It's beautiful.
It could be learned.
Okay. Buster's up on the cliff, yeah?
Oh yeah, you cannot see Buster.
And Ataraxia is in the boat, or he's just summoned the boat.
Oh, he's in the boat.
Both, in fact.
He's like, yeah. He's like, come on, man, let's go. I'm writing an epic poem right now.
I just imagine the guards in that tower finally looking down, but now all they see is just a rabbit in a field. And they're like,
What's up, Doc?
Because of perspective, it's so far away that they're like, oh man, that
What is
rabbit is just
happening
chilling in the moonlight,
where's our
Where's our
patrol?
Thing? Yeah.
eating berets.
It's 11:30. They're supposed to be in this corner of the island right now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, because not all of our party is ready to go, and I still have this guy grappled, I'm going to maintain the grapple and take my attack action, which is my extra attack, and an Unleash Incarnation from the Echo. So 3 attacks. He attacked me recklessly, so all of my attacks against him are advantage, or just the first?
I
think it's
did
all.
not attack recklessly last time. He did not attack recklessly. That was just the first time when he was on the ledge with you. Now that he's pinned, he's like, maybe I should not be
Maybe
so
not do
dumb.
that.
Well, maybe he should. Have you considered that maybe he should?
Maybe he should. Maybe he should. Why not? Come on, be a cool guy.
He's prone, though, right? We're calling him prone because I'm sitting on his chest.
He clearly is prone, so you have
Great,
advantage.
because I still get advantage on his attacks. So, all 3 of those, though?
Yeah, all 3. So he probably dead.
DED did. 22.
22's a hit.
That was so close to a natural 20. That's another 22. Rolled over onto the 16 again. And, ooh, that was 3 16s in a row. So, I mean, with advantage, I had other ones. So, she will grab him around the throat and just smash him 3 times in the face.
Reginald, not smiling, very bloodied here.
That's 29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh! Ignis, tell us how it is done.
Awesome. Exactly the way that I said it. She will just... she will grab him around the throat and just pummel his face in over and over and over until it is just a bloody pulp. His eye sockets have sunken in, his nose has been obliterated, and most of his teeth are just fallen out of his mouth. And she doesn't even check to see if he's alive. She just releases his throat and then stands up off of him.
Objective completed. She stands up and she's like, okay. And you do stand up, I imagine, spending half your movement, and then that should be it for Ignis.
Yes.
Well, Reginald never had opportunity to become a Sir because he has now been defeated.
well, no, she knighted him before she killed him.
That's true. You did knight him. So
Posthumously.
You gave him
Posthumously.
You gave him one mercy in life, and that was to knight him. So Royster, his turn. He stands up, and he is going to. He realizes it's dire. He's going to take out that vial, shake it, and he's going to chuck it over here behind Max and Ignis, seeing how things are going.
Can I catch it like a dodgeball?
Some kind of splash potion.
He's going to try to avoid Sir Lady. Why am I saying Sir Lady?
Just like to remind you, there's still ice on the bottom of his boots. I'm joking.
I need both Ignis and Max to do a dexterity saving throw, please.
Do we get to know the DC?
After you roll.
19 for Ignis.
That's a success.
I'm going to use my D8
Okay.
for Bardic Inspiration. 18.
18. Both successes here. Alchemist's fire erupts behind each of you, splashes onto you, but unfortunately does not get on either of you because you both succeed and you see it coming and you kind of dodge out of the way. Or
Ignis saw her echo, saw the flash in the echo as the echo disappears, and she's able to move out of the way because in the other timeline it's gone.
beautiful.
And Max is just too cool to get touched.
He just misjudged how far he needed to throw it, and it just didn't splash.
Right. And so there is a continual fire going on in that square, but neither of you don't take up on the splash. And he goes, Darn it! My lady! Please! Let her go! Pleading with you now to release her. That's going to be his... actually, he's going to do an action surge, and he's going to try to wail on Max here to essentially let her go. So, Max, that is going to be... Let's see. Ooh, first one is only a 12.
Misses.
Second one is only a 13.
Misses.
Oh my gosh, he's so desperate in this situation now. Alchemist Fire didn't work. He's now trying to slash you, to grab, to pull you off. He's like pleading with you while he's attacking. Let her go, release my lady! But to no avail. It's now Lady Smythee's turn. Her turn is done because she can't do anything. So it now goes to Reginald, whose turn is also done because he cannot do anything. So we go to Buster.
All right. Buster's gonna walk towards the edge and spare a quick look up at the tower to see if anybody is like looking down at us. Just really quickly. I'm not gonna try hard. Like I don't want to roll for it. I just want to glancing look.
And I rolled, and nobody has gained. You've not gained attention from the tower as of right now.
He's gonna pull out of his vest, kind of like behind the scarf, and in his shirt, he's gonna pull out a piece of straw, and put it in his mouth, and he'll kind of chew on it for a sec, look around, take it out, then he's gonna yell, "All right, gang, either get in the boat or get in the water," and he puts it back in his mouth, and he takes a deep breath. He says, "I love when a plan comes together." And he goes, "Breathe water," and then he kind of like breathes in the piece of straw, and the front tip of it lights ablaze and burns down to the end. And when he releases the breath, little mites of embers from the thing kind of like span out, and one little ember of each finds whoever has those silver clasps that he had made earlier. And so they find whoever possesses one of those and imbues each of them with the ability to breathe water for 24 hours. And that's not concentration. It's done. That's his 3rd level spell, the last one for the day. And then he's going to use one of his extra hop features to take a big old dive into the ocean.
Nice. As you dive on in, I will 30 feet.
I mean, I'm okay. If I gotta take some damage, I'll take some damage, but I will try and do it. If you want me to roll, for like how smoothly I entered the water, I guess.
Yeah, do an acrobatics check. It won't be hard. It won't be a high one.
Oh, it was almost a 17. Instead, it was a 10. 12.
12? Enough to where you don't take any damage with that, and you just right into the water, right next to Ataraxia with a big hop, and Ataraxia looking up at you, looking down, or you can just stay underwater because you can breathe.
I'm gonna stay underwater. My thought is like it's 24 hours. I don't know how they're gonna pursue us. If at some point we need to go under in order to, I guess she would drown. But I guess that's,
That's part of it. You know what?
Yeah.
That's what you get for being a hostage.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Still underwater. Buster, your turn is done. Ataraxia.
Yeah, now that everybody is down here on the bank and I'm able to see everybody, I turn and look at Sir Royster, who's just trying so hard. And I'm like, come on, man, that John Cena bit was pretty great, you gotta admit. And I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on him.
Oh, that's a save from him, right?
Correctamundo. That's going to be a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Well, he rolled a 4 on the die, so...
All right, he is incapacitated, and at the end of each of his turns, and each time he takes damage, he can make another Wisdom saving throw to try and end it.
No damage, just incapacitated, right?
Correct.
So he is wailing, "Release my lady!" As he falls to the sand, just screaming with laughter, swinging his sword wildly. "My lady!" Just being driven to madness here with this hideous laughter.
All right, and yeah, now I look at all of my crewmates and I say, let's get in the boat, guys. Come on.
Great. Ataraxia, that's your turn. And Max and Ignis, you're the next.
I'm going to sail the boat a little bit further north towards where Max and the lady are.
Great. So you kind of turn it into where they could just easily jump in the boat. Max and Ignis, it's just you two right next. So you can easily just jump in unless there's something else you want to do. If not, we can just play that out where you jump in and then you start sailing.
Yeah, Max is just going to pick up the lady, hoist her on the shoulder, and kind of look down at this laughing guy and just turn and go, live, laugh, love, I guess. And just keep walking.
My gosh.
Ignis closes her eyes and offers a prayer to Rolterra on behalf of the soul that she just took, and then go into the boat.
Do I notice the prayer?
I mean, she doesn't make a big part of it. She takes the blood on her hands and wipes it across her brow and lower her head just a moment with her eyes closed. And you'll see her muttering something, and then she just steps off the body and walks over to the boat.
Okay.
With your perception, you would probably hear
Sure.
her
Okay.
mutter at least. And jump in the boat, and you start sailing away. Buster. Royster can make a save. He fails again. So he's just laughing right next to this alchemist fire that is starting to spread amongst some of the foliage on the sand. It's sand. It's not like the trees are going to just burn down here. So probably safe in assuming that it's going to be burnt out soon.
Just this mental image of this dude lying on the ground laughing as hard as he can as the fire just begins to spread around him.
And he's like he's like crying, the tears running down his face, even though he's laughing. He's lost
This
his
episode got dark quick.
charge. So good.
That guy's feeling a lot of things right now.
Which Ataraxia, you can definitely pick up on.
Even though you can't feel them.
And Buster, you see the boat in the moonlight. You can see it going above you, so you can choose to pop up.
Oh,
and
yeah, definitely.
climb it if you'd like. Absolutely. And just with water breathing on all of you for 24 hours. So don't forget that as we move forward into possible escapades. You keep sailing off. I'm going to just roll a couple more times for Sir Royster to see if he does recover, because it's every round, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7. It's another 7. And that's a 16. So you're able to get quite a distance away before he finally recovers, and you hear the laughter finally cut off abruptly, replaced by wails, screams. My lady! Lady Smythee! And the call to action. Did you leave the rope hanging down?
Sure did.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we're out of rope.
That's right. So he will eventually climb up and get to Tidewater Rock without having to swim all the way around into the cove in his full armor. So thankfully for him, he will be able to get to Tidewater Rock with some difficulty, but not impossibility. And he will cry and call. But you are a safe distance away from him and Tidewater Rock when all that happens. Your pontoon just clipping the water so effortlessly, so quickly, magically even, you might say. We're out of that battle. We're out of that. And Lady Smythee, you look down at her as she has this massive purple bruise on her face starting to develop from being body slammed twice into the ground 30 foot at a time.
Well, crew, we just completed a very successful infiltration and extraction mission. Holy cow. I mean, it was a little hairy at the end there, but we did it.
I mean, technically, we haven't done it till we get back to our ship.
Hey, man, I'm still, you know what? You can't stop it. Gold star. And I prestidigitation a gold star right on Buster's forehead, and then one for the lieutenant and Max as well. Guys, good job in there. Real good job in there.
I'd like to think that as Ataraxia's like 1,000th gold star, like they actually start to manifest with his Fey magic chaotic abilities. Like they will eventually become actual gold stars that just will become stickers. We'll get there when we get to like level 10. We'll get there later.
This is like some you are special Max Lucado kind of stuff.
Well, I think the most important thing that we learned was after we left the tower. If he was willing to throw everything at us just to protect her, even at the detriment of his own self, I think this is a good hostage, and she'll like kind of kick the lady in the side.
And apparently Harrigan's been giving them trouble.
Harrigan, here.
Or their supplies, at least. Sounds like they've had to revert to creating sustenance of the rock itself.
Captain, would you like to start the questioning negotiation now, or once we arrive at our main vessel?
I mean, how is the lady feeling about that? And I look down at Lady Smythee and say, would you be interested in answering some questions for us?
She is glaring at every single one of you.
Hey, that's understandable. We just kidnapped you from your stronghold. You might say we just cracked the Tidewater Rock, at least a little bit of the way open. Listen here. Listen. It doesn't have to be like a terrible time for you. Any more terrible than it already has been. You got pile drive twice. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, she just stares. She's gagged and bound and unable to move, really, in an uncomfortable position. So,
Do we feel like... I mean, my only worry about taking off the gag is if she's some kind of magic user, but she probably won't use magic on us if we're this far out in the water, right? Right?
We can just take the boat away and all go underwater. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like, we could like abandon ship if she tries to do something, but I don't think that there's any negatives outside of maybe that she could teleport if she could. We don't know anything about her ability. What do you guys think?
well, and as you found from the hag, I mean, a lot of spells require somatic components where
That's
they have
true.
to move, and right. So,
Max knows a pretty good knot for tying up casters' fingers.
We also
True.
have a zone of truth, probably, right? You still have your spell slots?
I do.
You know, we could suggest that the lady answers all of our questions. Should we just pull a Griselda
Here we go
on
again.
Lady Smythee?
Again.
is this just the standard interrogation method from here on out?
It is now, unless we want to start breaking fingers, which Ignis will do.
What did you call it, Ned? What did you just call it?
The Griselda procedure, pulling a Griselda.
Ooh.
I think that's
Pulling
it.
a
That's the
Griselda.
The Griselda
interrogation standard.
procedure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at Lady Smythee and say, I suggest that you play along and answer our questions.
All right. What saving throws?
Suggestion is going to be a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Wouldn't you know it? I've been rolling horribly. That's a 4.
All right.
I will cast Zone of Truth then. And
And what save is that?
that is a charisma saving throw for everybody in a 15-foot radius.
I will automatically fail.
Same.
15 for Ignis.
That is a success. And I will automatically fail too.
I rolled an 8.
Perfect. Love it.
These are just horrible rolls for Lady Smythee, for Sir Lady Smythee over here.
Thank you for not rolling my health earlier. I appreciate it. I'm glad Jake.
Max
Oh
will.
my
You know what?
gosh.
Buster has all these cool little things. For Zone of Truth, what Max says to cast that is
Secrets. Secrets are no fun.
This is powerful magic.
Secrets. Hurt someone.
This is
And
blood
that
magic.
deep,
Don't you ever cast that spell again.
deep, gravelly,
boy.
just grinding voice of Max as he intimidates people into telling the truth. That's what if that were it? It's just an intimidation.
It's
there's no spell.
check. It's not actually a spell.
There's no spell.
It's just no magic whatsoever. It's just Max being so creepy. Well, she failed.
I'll untie her gag, I suppose.
And Max will inform the captain and everybody that she failed. So
We can get the truth.
Lady Smythee sort of like spits some stuff out. Well, thank you kindly for taking that out of my mouth. Hello there. I reckon that you are in charge here. And she looks at Ataraxia.
I am the captain of the Satyr Song, and I am here to...
Bit unorthodox, but all right.
Yeah, true story. I mean, has anything about tonight been orthodox so far?
I got pile drive twice, and I didn't very much like that.
Sorry about that.
Do
Now-
apologize.
I don't rightly believe that, really.
I mean, I am. If it could
He's
be
being
done another
truthful.
way. If it could have been done another way, I would have done it.
Is he true?
There are no lies on this.
Yeah, I
boat.
didn't lie. I am
Except for
sorry.
from the
If it
lieutenant.
could have been done another way, I would have done it.
Something about hearing the truth still makes me not believe it, you know? It's weirdly enough.
Well, I believe there may be some ways in which you and I are a little bit aligned. Tell us about what's going on with you and Harrigan.
And what was your suggestion again? How did you word it? Just the same way with Griselda, that you're... that she's agreeable, basically?
Yeah, play nicely and answer our questions.
All right. Well, Harrigan, don't like him that much. Trying to destroy me. Trying to crack Tidewater Rock, which, it wasn't able to do. That's for sure. And, you definitely did. At least you're on your way to doing it.
So Harrigan has been actively attacking Tidewater Rock.
Oh, I mean, not like he ain't been here, but he's been dismantling my late husband's whole organization, taking over my ships, my supply lines, things of that nature. So, pretty much setting us up for failure.
So what you're saying is that this is maybe actually the wrong time to try and crack the Tidewater Rock.
Well, I mean, I just define wrong. I mean, we're weak. Pretty good time. Get at us.
Yeah, I mean, we got in there. That's a sign that you're pretty weak. We are so much smaller than Harrigan.
I mean, we only got 12 people on Tidewater Rock proper.
Oh.
But,
Wow.
Well, 11 now. Well, 10.
well, yeah, you did kill Reginald. He was on his way. Big things coming in life, and it was stripped from him quite quickly, as the life of a...
Quite brutally, I watched that entire thing with my own two 13-year-old eyes.
If he had deserved what he was coming to, I would be the one on the beach, and he would be the one on the ship.
Ah, so you're one of them women, eh? All right. Well, one of survival of the fittest. Well, can't say I fault you for that, but don't rightly like it. But
Okay, well, I mean, we're here to crack the Tidewater Rock, so if there's a way that we can do this relatively peaceably, then that is a possibility, I suppose.
well, right. Couple ways. I mean, you pretty much have me at your mercy. So I mean, you could you assaulted through subterfuge a little bit. No, yeah. You assaulted me, you kidnapped me, and I kind of in Tidewater Rock. I mean, my forces, they will try to reclaim, protect, but if you're as formidable on the water, on the sea, as you are on land, then I don't think my forces stand a chance, quite realistically. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, if they leave the fortress to try and get us, then there's no chance. No chance at all.
Right. So I'd say you're pretty much there. You just gotta take full advantage of the rock itself. I'm not necessarily going to. Well, I guess I have to. You did suggest, so I better.
I did, and you're being so kind about it.
I was going to say I'm not going to really provide a solution for you, but I guess I'm magically compelled to. So here we are. Let's see. I wrote a book with a couple of ways that you could crack Tidewater Rock. Through assault, basically kill me. I don't love it.
That's my least favorite version.
I feel like I feel like those 10 remaining loyalists would probably just
You'd have to kill all of
die
us,
to
really.
avenge you. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And Sir Royster, he's a real loyalist, if you will. You heard him. I mean, that laughter. He's not a laugher. And so hearing that was terrifying to the bone.
Does he have a thing for you?
Yep. He
thought
sure
so.
does. I've ignored it for quite a while.
I think that's wise. He's unhinged.
I probably should have dealt with it, but we just had, this. We had something that worked, and I didn't want to disrupt it voluntarily.
Captain, this is not the time for matchmaking.
Yes, please.
I'm not bringing up matchmaking.
Not
Yeah,
you,
both the
my
captains
captain.
look at him. Huh?
Yes.
So apologies.
Yeah. If any of you have questions for the lady, then feel free.
Can we broker a deal with you here?
Oh yeah, I mean we could form an alliance, of course.
An
if you'd like.
alliance?
There's one.
Would you be willing to hold to that, or based in the actions of tonight, more or less not be jiving with that
I mean,
idea?
I don't love what happened, and when this magic dissipates, I probably will become a little sour. But free captains be free captaining, and there's gonna be some things that occur that are distasteful, like this woman over here. I find her distasteful. More like her actions. I actually think she's really beautiful, if you will. I don't need to keep volunteering that information, but there'll be a lot we could do when it comes to an alliance. We could find the easiest and fastest way through a rote of marriage, if you will. We could.
I am
She
so
kinda,
flattered.
looks
but
over
I
to
am
Ataraxia.
13 years old.
She looks at Ataraxia and she goes, "Let me just be clear
Listen.
and up front, right it from the get-go."
Let me tell you about Jorge Donata.
Great guy. Great guy.
I was going to
This
suggest
would be-
fish guts, but
This would be with someone in power from your vessel. Normally it would be captain, but I see that it's not a real possibility here, and nor would it want to even venture forth into any sort of philosophical or any discussion remaining in that area whatsoever.
I agree.
But she kind of looks at Max. You did pile drive me twice.
Whoa! Buster puts his hands over Ataraxia's ears. He goes, hold on. I don't like where this is going. Listen. There are other ways than marriage, my lady. Nobody needs to
Oi,
be pile drive.
Look, I was just saying that was what I'm being agreeable here. I'm giving you all the options. I first started with you killing me and my men, all right? And then I was like, alliance, marriage is traditionally how it's been done. A marriage of rote where you're married for a given period of time that either one of you could voluntarily end. It's more of an alliance, but it's something legal to make it to where one person can't reasonably break it before the end of the time period. I'm just saying that's what's traditionally done.
Do you respect other bonds of promise?
Well, I see the marriage is probably not a real possibility with anybody here on this boat. So, yeah, let's explore some other options.
You could. I'm just saying, Captain. Eventually, right? The goal would be to build a fleet. In which case, you have to become, I don't know,
A captain of captains.
Yeah, a captain of captains, and
A commodore, even.
so
Whoa.
other free captains would have to swear their loyalty and their crews, their ships or fortifications, to serve under your banner.
And a loyal captain's better than a dead one.
You would be swearing to me.
No,
No.
Oh, I was confused there.
No.
I love the gumption on her though. Like she's tied up in her nightgown and she's thinking that's how this is gonna go. Yeah, that's my thought is getting her to swear allegiance would be nice.
Where the conversation's kind of going, Max is going to, with his kind of telepathy, his speaking through the mind, if you will, psionic mind, he's going to speak to the captain and say,
You know, I do have a vehicle that can let fate decide if she's an enemy or an ally, with your permission.
I look at Max and I point at him and cast a message and I say, let's give it a little bit of time first. And I look down at the lady and I say, so the specifics aside, here's what I'm thinking. You hate Harrigan, we hate Harrigan. I think there is a mutually beneficial sort of situation.
Oh, most people, most of the free captains, well, that have any decent amount of honor, I would say, despair and dislike Harrigan. Of course, you'll find a lot of his kind as well. I'd say maybe 30% of the time. But yeah, I would say so.
So, we have proven ourselves to be a superior force to that of yourself. Like you said, you guys are weak. You're floundering as Harrigan is coming here trying to take over. But we can help turn the tides on that, I think. If you swear fealty to us, I believe that we can mutually work together to rid the islands of the scourge of Barnabas Harrigan.
She looks at you, Ataraxia, and says, now that is something I believe we can continue in a conversation.
And I hold out a hand and realize that her hands are shaking, and I nod.
And as she nods back, as the ship zoom out from the ship with the moon overhead, going into open water, trying to get back to the satyr's song, working out the details between Lady Smythee, yourselves, and maybe even healing a bruise or two of hers in the process during the negotiation.
Yeah, I'll cast some Cure Wounds on that.
That is where we're getting this week's episode of I Cast Fireball.
I got down to 8 points. 8 hit points.
Ooh.
I was at 10.
Well, go ahead and fill them up because you all leveled up.
Level 6,
Yeah!
baby. Ooh,
Dude,
feels
that
good.
was an awesome encounter. Holy moly.
We
That was a really
actually
fun
did it.
encounter.
The plan worked.
The plan worked. None of us
It worked.
died.
It worked. You know, roll it back, gang, exactly as we planned.
Exactly as we planned. Yep.
No shakiness here.
Yep. No shaky plans here.
Level 6, baby.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, before we sign off here, let's just check in with everybody to see what level they're going to be taking and what hit points they're going to be gaining here. And then we'll go over maybe some more in-depth stuff about what they're going to get in a future episode. So, is anybody ready to share what level they're going to take and how many hit points they get?
I'm definitely going Bard, and I don't usually roll, but the spirit is moving me tonight. So, that's an 8 on a D8. Thank goodness.
Wow.
Always nice.
Plus your cons modifier.
Yeah, so that's plus 10 hit points.
You felt the spirit of the dice.
Yeah.
Heart of
They
the cards.
really talked to you. Holy cow.
Oh, it paid off. I have 41 hit points now.
Wow, that's good. I feel like Ataraxia is pretty much a full bard kind of a guy. Very, it might be hard for him to multi-class here. But who's next?
I rolled a d6 and I rolled a 1.
No.
Yeah.
But you re-roll once. You re-roll once.
Oh, okay.
Because Thomas is a
that's
cool
not-
House
DM.
rule.
It's a 3.
3 plus your con modifier.
I think it's not at a great place right now.
Probably a 0.
I think so. No, it's at a +1.
Oh, there you go. And you're taking wizard then, I guess.
3. Oh yeah, I'm sticking wizard all the way.
Level 6 wizard. Great. How about Max?
Max is going to stick with the ranger,
Yep.
and I'm going to roll for it.
Okay.
I rolled a 9 on my D10.
Hey.
Oh! What do you have, like 100 hit points now?
44.
Ataraxia, you have the same amount of... Holy crap, you and Max have almost the same hit point level. That's crazy. All right, Ignis. We doing fighter here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take my 6th level in fighter, even though I'm really tempted to take one in rogue, so I can get to some cunning action after that last battle.
Mickey loves the multi-class. She just loves the
I
multi-class.
like the power. No, I'm just gonna take my 6th in as a fighter, and I take the half of a D10 plus 1 plus my 2 for Constitution, which is 8. So now I'm at 52 hit points.
52. Very good. Well, folks, if you want to talk more about our character builds, we might be sharing some of our player sheets. That would be a fun thing to do in our Discord, actually, to drop our character sheets there. Maybe we can start teasing some of that out as we get them finalized, because I know some of these are, everyone has their own organization. I know I do when it comes to some of the homebrew stuff I do. So, but if you want to see some of that stuff, reach out to us at either at icastfireball2020@gmail.com or join our Discord exclusive Patreon tier at the $5 a month level, to where you can jump in and you can see those exclusives, or you can chat about amazing stuff as we shouted out last episode. You can talk about conspiracies, you can talk about all the fun stuff with all the other fans. We do want to shout out one person who we shouted out last week, but definitely not Batman, with one of the warm-ups and icebreakers that we're doing there for our patrons, which you can see at the $3 tier. Definitely not Batman. In one of them, I didn't realize it, but I was eating something, and they were debating about what I was eating. Definitely not Batman. It was Oikos Greek yogurt. So there you go. Answer now. Yeah, fulfilled. But yeah, so feel free to jump into either one of those tiers to continue those riveting conversations. But we also want to shout out Improv Tabletop. They've got amazing stuff going on. Their Patreon has Miceborn, a secondary campaign in addition to their main feed that they've got going on. But if you missed it, all December, they had Sonic-related stuff. Gotta go fast. Go listen to their stuff. It's a ton of fun hearing them go through these choose-your-own-adventure books that are horribly mismanaged sometimes, horribly misorganized.
They have bugs in them sometimes.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun, and hey, Sonic just came out, so why not go fast? Don't forget to leave them a 5-star review on the way out. Lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, fellow wacky adventurers. But until next time, I'm Thomas, your DM, and around the table we have
Lieutenant Ignis Halcon.
Maximus Shuns.
Ataraxia Kalian.
And Buster Bilgewater.
Let's keep that fire going, everybody, and we'll see you all next time.